Hi, Charles Scott again. Wanted to continue our conversation we've had about financial literacy and got some test results that were really interesting that I wanted to share with you. The American College of Financial Services did an extensive study earlier this year. They interviewed over 1,000 people, and from February to March of 2017, actually they talked to 1,244 folks. These people were between ages 60 and 75. They had $100,000 of household assets, and it was really interesting, and that doesn't include their primary residence. So it was real interesting what the results are. But before I get there, I wanted to give you some of the demographics, a little more detail of some of the demographics who these folks were. Half were men, half were women, so it was really split 50-50. The three age groups they broken them out into were like 60 to 65, which were about 40% of the respondents, 65 to 69, and then 70 to 75, which was about 25% of the respondents. So the rest fell in the middle. 80% were married, the rest were widowed, divorced, living with a partner, single. There were all different levels of education. High school graduates were about 22%, college graduates were 26%, graduate degrees were 32%, so reasonably educated folks. I think it's a pretty good slice of America. And the investments and savings ran from, as I said, a minimum was $100,000. There were almost 25% of the people had between over a million or more of investable assets that were theirs. They, 2/3 were retired. Looking at household income, that's varied considerably, just depending on whether they were still working or not working. Most of them fell in the range from $50,000 to $150,000. That was probably 60–70% of them. So almost everybody owned their home. 96% were homeowners. So let's take a look in a second of who actually passed and what the scores were for this test. Well, thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw, you could hit the subscribe button because we're going to be putting new content out here all the time. Thank you.